Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are at Combe for the SRK Championships. This is round 4 or 3 of the championship. I competed in round 1, but I didn't put my camera on and I didn't have the best result. And I didn't get into the second race, and if there was a third one I didn't get into that too. But it's a dry day and this is the start of heat 1. We are going to be doing 3 heats and a final, and this is the start of heat 1 where I'll be starting second, and this is my highest starting position. As you can see, we get a fairly decent start, but the guy in third is right behind me, but luckily we fend him off, and now we're right behind first, and let's see if we can do anything. Going into the top corner at Combe, we have a look, but we're too far back to make a lunge. We tap the back of him, but we're still too far away to make any kind of move. But the gap's going to increase as I just hit the wall, and hopefully we can close that back in. I've skipped ahead a couple of laps as we're still behind this guy, so I'm going to look to make any move, but around here isn't a very good overtaking spot. We are close, but we decide not to take the opportunity, but the guy behind us does. He gets a great move, and that causes us to go from P2 to P4 in a couple of corners. I've skipped ahead a couple of corners now. In the driver in front, we're not too far back, but still a bit too far back to make a lunge. We both get a bit sideways coming out of the corner, but I'm very close to him now. Can I get a move done at this top corner? We are close. We're going to go for the inside, but he defends it, and so we're going around this corner now. I can't really make a lunge now because I've got a really bad exit. I've skipped ahead a bit, but now the gap's increased. I think I've made a couple of mistakes. I don't think there's much we can do now unless the people ahead start battling, and I can close in and hopefully go for an opportunity. We're going up to the top corner now. We are really far back, but the guy ahead of us goes for a move, but can we get alongside? No, not quite, but there's a yellow flag. Oh, there's a red flag. Something's happened on the track. I've skipped on a bit, and I think the drivers had to get out the car as something I think has failed on the car. We are now moving again, but the marshals have said because it was red flag and we were so close to the end that we're just going to finish the race results as they were. So we finished P4, but I was annoyed because I felt like I could have finished higher if I'd made the moves when I should have. So we are in the pit lane, and now in summary in that race, I think we should have made opportunities when we had them, and hopefully in the next race we can capitalise on opportunities like that. Out of the pit lane we come. This is the start of heat 2, and in this heat we will be starting P5, and this will be our lowest starting heat position. And it's lights out and away we go, and we get the better start out of the guy next to us, and we're going to go down his inside, and there we are to P4. We do skid a little bit, but we are alright. We've got the position now. There's a gap in front, and hopefully we can close that gap down. We're coming through the corner now, but we do get really wide, but luckily we've kept the position. But the guy ahead, he goes for a move, the guy hits into the barrier, but we just can't get. Oh, we just get squeezed out, and we're going to lose a position. Oh, but we keep it. We almost lost a position there, but now we are much closer to the guys ahead, and the person's got to give the position back. We almost get past, but no, not quite. But we are really close to him, but he defends the inside line, and so we're going through the corner. Is there anything we can do on the exit? No, we're just a bit too far behind for this corner. Now, this place is not really an overtaking zone. We tap the barrier a little bit, but we have now got a bit of a gap in front, but we're starting to defend from the people behind. Hopefully we don't defend too slow, but the guy is right next to us. We are now going up to the top corner. We are looking behind to defend, but I think it's a bit too far back. So we do go through, but we do get a bit too sideways. But we are defending though, but we need to make sure we're not defending so much that we're losing so much time ahead. So we need to make sure that we are not just defending, but also catching up to the guys ahead. I have skipped on a bit as we are now getting closer to the guys in front as they are battling. We are a bit too far back up at this corner, but the guy goes for a move, but he defends. We go for the corner now. He's right next to him, but he goes wide. We get close, but we slide a bit to avoid him, and we are much closer now, but we do hit that barrier a bit there. I've skipped ahead a bit more as the guys in front have been battling. See if there's going to be any overtaking moves into this first corner, and the guy ahead goes for a dive, and looks like we are right next to someone, and we get the move. This now means that we are up into third place. We are close to the guy ahead, but he starts defending, and so do we, because we don't really want to lose any more positions, but we don't want to lose time to the guy ahead either. We're coming into this corner now. We hit the barrier, and look how much time we lose just from hitting a couple barriers, and the guy ahead has got a warning, but because the gaps increase, we are just going to start defending. We're coming up to the top corner now. We do defend, but just by defending a small bit, look how much time we lose to the guy ahead, and now the gap is really big, so we are just going to be defending to keep this third position. And here we come now, round the final few corners, and we're going to finish in P3 at the end of Heat 2. Now that is good considering we've gone from P5 to P3, but it's not a win, but we will take it. In summary, it was a good race with some good defending, but I do think if we defended a little less and we stayed to the back of the guy ahead, we could have maybe gone for a move. Here we go, out of the pit lane now for our third and final heat, and then after this will be the final. And it's lights out and away we go. We get a good start, but there's a gap to the person in first place, and I think third is right behind us, but I think someone might have made a move behind, so we have a gap behind and a gap in front. Hopefully we can close into the guy in first. Looks like we've gained a bit through the corner, so we're starting to get much closer now, and hopefully soon we're going to be right on the back of them. Coming into turn 1, we both take our normal line, which shows we've got no one directly behind us. Coming down the straight, we're starting to close in, and he's starting to go semi-defensive, and now we are right behind him. There's a small gap, but we don't go for it as it could have caused a crash. Now we are right on his bumper, coming into turn 1. So let's see, but we lose a little bit of time, and hopefully we can start attacking for the lead. Now we are right behind him, and he's starting to take his defensive lines, but we can't get past as he's holding the inside. There's another gap there, but we don't go for it, but we are closer now. But now we've got another cart's length, which means I think we're going to be too far back here. We're starting to defend from the guy behind now, and that's causing first to start gaining a little bit of time. Fully defensive, and first place is taking his normal racing lines, and he's starting to get another gap, because now we are just going to try and cling on to second place. I'm not going to show you much more of this heat because it's just me defending, but this guy got really close, and luckily I covered him off. But I think this is, hopefully, as long as I don't make any mistakes, going to be a nice P2. We are now starting the final lap of this race, and I've got a little gap behind, so I'm going to try and chase down first this lap. So we're going through the chicane bit, and now onto this straight, where hopefully we can start closing in, and now into the top hairpin. We are definitely much closer, because I think we've got a gap behind. He's taking his normal lines, but we're about to cross the finish line, and it's not enough for P1, but it's P2, and we'll take it. That is the end of Heat 3. Overall, it was a good race, as I showed I could defend well. And hopefully, next time, if I don't defend as much, I could have closed in and maybe challenged for the lead. Here we come now out the pits, as we're going to start to line up on the grid for the final. We're going to be in the B final. So first place in this final will be going through to the A final. And it's lights out and away we go, starting from P5. We're going to go down the inside of the guy in fourth, but he covers it off, so we're going to stay in P5. Can we make a move as they go side by side through the chicane? Can we get on the inside? Yes, we can. We can get up to P4. So we've just made an overtake there. We got a little bit wide. He's right there. We're going to cover him off. But look at the gap to P1. He looks like he's starting to gain a gap, and if that increases, we're not going to have a chance of getting through to the A final. I skipped a bit of that lap because now we are right behind third place, and third place is going to be trying to get up to second, but first has gained a gap, and I think we're going to all start fighting, and down the inside goes second place, and we might benefit from this. We go side by side through the chicane, and we are still on the inside there, and we are up to third place, but there's a gap to second now. We hold our inside line, defensive line, they're still there, but I think we've got that move now, and we're going to try and catch back up to second place. I'm speeding up this footage now as we get closer, but then he pulls away. We get closer, but then he pulls away, and we did start to be gaining on him, but then we made a couple of mistakes, and so we couldn't quite gain, but we are getting closer and closer, but hopefully we can get on the back of him. This is the closest we got to him, because then we started making some mistakes, and he started pulling away. So in the end, we had to settle for a P3. And we are starting the final lap of this race now, coming into turn 1. And in the end, we couldn't quite catch up to P2, but coming through this chicane and down this straight for one last time, looks like we're not going to be able to get to the A final. But it's been a good race at SRK in Combe, finishing third in the B final, and we will take that, even though it's not a first in the A final, which would be amazing. But there is the checkered flag, and we settle for P3 in the B final. In overall summary, it was a good weekend and event, and in the end we learned that we should have tried to not make as many mistakes, but in the end I was happy with my result. I just want to say thank you for watching, and hopefully you could consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.